Welcome to Adventist News from the studios of Hope Channel Ghana, 23 Julius Nyarere Street, Osu, Accra. Text us your comments and views to 0559 680066. Follow us on social media at Hope TV GH. You can also send us your stories of events and activities happening within your church, district, and conference to our WhatsApp or email at hopetvghana@gmail.com. In this edition, Adventist sandwich students at UCC donate to Ankaful prisons.
Make education in Ghana value-based. Council Chair at Valley View University TECHIMAN campus admonishes.
118 students make progress at Hansen Road.
Valley View lecturer calls for all-inclusive child education.
GC Women Ministries Director Mrs. Heather Small arrives in Ghana to take part in World Women's Congress.
And on the foreign front, dozens baptized after joint TV and local church efforts in Kenya.
Justice prevails in Angola for 5 Adventist men. My name is Yvette Akyea, and I'm here with
Nana Adjei.
To the details in a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. Comments and views are welcome on WhatsApp 0559 680066 and on social media at Hope TV GH. You can also send your stories of events and activities happening within your church, districts, and conference to our WhatsApp line or email at hopetvghana@gmail.com.
To the details now, and Adventist sandwich students at the University of Cape Coast, UCC, have donated assorted items worth over 5,000 Ghana cedis to the Ankaful prisons in the central region. Pastor Mordecai Mauto reports that the gesture forms part of the students' service to the nation that worship in love. He has more in the following report.
The gesture is a love responsibility towards the needy and the vulnerable in the society, anchored on Jesus, teaching based on Matthew 25 verse 35 to 36, which says, "For I was hungry and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger and ye took me in. Naked and ye clothed me. I was sick and ye visited me. I was in prison and ye visited me." The items were contributions from all the sandwich students, both graduate and undergraduate, as well as some Seventh-day Adventist churches in the Cape Coast under Mid-South Conference of the Adventist Church. The donation was led by an elder of the church and a senior lecturer at the Department of Sociology University, Dr. E.T. Akano, Pastor Frank Ajimandria, and Pastor Mordecai Mauto Kwaku, a pastor student and the entire student body. Assistant Superintendent of Police DSP Helene Ruth Akyea received the items on behalf of the prisons. She made a passionate appeal to corporate entities and the church citizens to continually show their love by constantly visiting the prisons as often as they do to the hospitals, and also help in giving computer skills among other soft skills to meet the needs of current market trends and make them more productive to the nation once they are out of the prisons. The students were elated to be part of the life-changing experience where they will worship with their brothers, tell them the love of Jesus, and actually live that love by their little gesture.
Moving on, the chairman of the Council of Valley View University, Pastor Dr. Kwanin-Boakye, has called on all stakeholders in the education sector to add more value to the sector. Dr. Kwanin-Boakye, who is also the president of the Northern Ghana Union Mission of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, was speaking at a special consecration service organized by the Valley View University TECHIMAN campus during their 10th anniversary and 25th congregation. The following report was filed by Benjamin Jamra.
Pastor Dr. Kwanin-Boakye lamented that the current education system in the country is narrowly centered, adding that it does not include the 3 dimensions of life, being spiritual, mental, and social. He expressed worry how students graduate from the universities and yet are unable to take their destiny into their own hands. Pastor Kwanin-Boakye said tertiary education should help one to establish him or herself and not necessarily rely on government for employment.
Is good to some extent, but it's not complete. Completeness in the sense that it's becoming one-sided, producing people, yet they are not able to take care of themselves. I believe education should be able to generate people that they can fend for themselves. You can establish your own venture, something small to lean on.
Explaining what value-based education is, he elaborated that it is that education which is focused and centered on the Bible. According to him, God wants education to be complete, covering the three phases of life. He admonished that educational institutions should learn from Valley View University, which is a practical example of value-based university in Ghana.
When you talk of value-based education, you are talking of all facets of education. Working with the mind, working in spirit, and doing the physical aspects of education. Three dimensions which is so important and crucial for human development. You don't study for academic purpose only. And that is the difference and uniqueness of Valley View University.
He further advised that tertiary institutions should introduce what is known as work study, which is students working on campus while studying to earn income to support themselves, which is being practiced at the Valley View University.
For instance, myself, I schooled in Valley View University, and I paid my own school fees through canvassing, selling books, making sure that I'm able to sell some quantity amount of books to be able to get something to pay off my school fees, which is so important. At least you can do something to support yourself. So with Valley View, we have work study incorporated in the curriculum. You can work at the lavatory, you can work at the bakery, you can work in the farm to be able to get something to reduce your money. So if your parents are giving you money, you can also do something here on campus to support yourself. That will help you to become a complete man. So we don't need to engage other people to work in our lavatories. I'm a student. And then why can't I scrap? Why can't I clean my own environment? Why can't I do some little farming? At least removing eggs from the poultry will earn me something, which is so important. And that is where I think educational system in Ghana should look at. Expanding the thinking of our students is going to help a lot. Work study program. Little amount of money can be earned on campus to support your school fees. And if the parents are paying or the government is giving scholarship, you can also do something to augment what is coming to you. And even not only that, as you do that, you prepare yourself for a better life as you leave campus. That is very, very important. That is why most of us are lazy, thinking that they have to get money all at once. They don't want to use the hand to work. They are smart in using the mind to steal government money. If we are working, actual working, committing ourselves to working, it is going to help all of us. And we can start it on our campuses, which is going to help.
Meanwhile, chairman of the school, Mr. Clifford, Abbey, said it is not the responsibility of only the church and school to train the children, but the parents as well and the community to help in the proper upbringing of the children.
Still to come in this bulletin, 118 students make progress at Hansen Road.
Valley View lecturer called for all-inclusive child education.
And Adventist top woman arrives in Ghana for World Women Ministries Congress in Kumasi.
On the foreign front, thousands baptized at a joint TV and local church effort in Kenya.
And justice prevails in Angola for 5 Adventist men.
Share your views on our stories via WhatsApp line 0559680066. You can also follow us on our social media handle at Hope TV GH. Please share with us stories of activities and events happening within your church, district, and conference via WhatsApp or our email address at hopetvghana@gmail.com. Remember, this news is brought to you kind courtesy Valley Life 100% natural mineral water. We'll be right back with the rest of the stories. Please stay with us.
Thanks for staying. The Hansen Road Seventh-day Adventist School has held a graduation ceremony for its pupils progressing at various stages of the academic ladder, including those entering senior high school from junior high school. The event, which was on the theme, Instilling the Right Attitudes and Values in the Youth, the Role of Christian Education, came off on the 22nd of July 2019. A report by Stella A.C. Boateng and Alfred Adjei.
This year's graduation, the 26th in the series, saw a total of 118 students graduate to a senior class or the next level of education. They were made of 45 graduates from the kindergarten 2 who are going to class 1, 35 graduates from stage 6 into junior high 1, and 38 graduates from junior high 3 who will be saying goodbye to the school as they move from JHS to SHS. In his address, Headmaster of the school, Frempah, said the role of Christian education is very appropriate in our current educational dispensation.
The best investment that anybody can make in life is in the education of their children. You see, it is education that bridges the gap of inequality. If your child is in school and he does well, no matter where the child comes from, he'll get something to do. And I keep telling them that they are growing. Very soon they cannot work. And if they don't take good care of their children, who will be able to come and become responsible people to take care of them, then they will be in trouble in their old age.
He admonished parents, teachers, and church leaders to join hands with the school to wage a relentless war on all anti-societal attitudes and values in our children in order to prepare them to see life from biblical perspectives. The preschool and upper primary children gave some excellent performances such as recitals, drama sketch, and choreography. Awards were given to the best 3 students of each class. For the JHS 3 graduates, the award were given by subjects. Awards were also given to well-behaved students for lower primary and upper primary. 4 students among the JHS 3 graduates took awards, with the overall best student for 2019 award going to Queentia Ayeley Tiago. She took home 5 awards. She spoke with Adventist News.
My only advice is that you should never give up. Even if you are last in class and you keep on learning, you might even beat the first person in class. And also, we shouldn't listen to friends.
Now, in a related development, a lecturer at the Valley View University, Mr. Adjei Fobi, has called for an all-inclusive child education to prepare children not only for the job market but also for the kingdom of God. Mr. Fobi was speaking at the 26th graduation ceremony for the Hansen Road Seventh-day Adventist Church. Here is another report by Stella A.C. Sapoma and Alfred Adjei.
Education prepares us for life and not just for jobs. It is meant to draw us all closer to God, Christian education, and to appreciate His amazing grace, to live in harmony with nature, His creatures, and live according to His commandments. The role of the Christian educator is to let the students see that in failure, in disappointment, in crisis, in disaster, there is someone to turn to, and He is the Lord through Christ. You are being brought up here to understand one thing, that there's an alternative to being rich. And that is being honest. There are more decent alternatives to the dangerous struggles to get rich quick. Let us as teachers and parents exemplify whatsoever is true, whatsoever is noble, whatsoever is right, whatsoever is pure, whatsoever is lovely, whatsoever is admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy. Let's help direct our children's attention towards them, for such is how they should go. And when they grow up, they will not depart from it.
Do you think Adventist music nowadays has changed from what it typically used to be? What is your position of the current state of Adventist music? Do you think music as we know it in Adventist circles is changing? Well, our Ashanti regional correspondent, Kwanin-Boakye, has been sampling views of some songwriters and composers on the current state of Adventist music. Let's see.
The first part also there, I shall my common monoa. Uti sema would do a pie, a woman. And then also baby, Abam, do an animal trono, a Kwanin-Boakye. But Osha's first banner and at the China. Now you mean some a cow come out here, a mobile and a real crown for crown, and a red chip. But I know the idea was a fan, just a fan cake. As ye the G and cake, a moon seminar, the G and Tia moon seminar.
As the neutral and as a snare album. Can a potato in a year what a travel, what to 10, what this. We are travel, but only the auto, 10 of us to the Visiato. And the will be watching the tea as I would hear you. But then I my shoe. But do one more as a pedadan. The USA. Thank you for your cheap, Mr. Father than
ye brezo bebruno abemu pa ye ka kura gus bebrebe aba ama bebruno ni age enyumto na enso so nia enye wo ho ne se yesua wiasefo niema edi wura nyumto enti wiasefo tie a na akoye te se de nyomo ye na bi na ye eno no na ye se ye ma no efiri mu kra na aboa ama nyumto no atimi atwe nipa abanya kokonche.
And now, Adventist women countrywide are preparing feverishly for their Women Ministries Congress in Kumasi. To this, Adventist top woman arrives in Ghana. Mrs. Hita Don Small, the world leader of the Seventh-day Adventist Church Women's Ministries Department, has arrived to participate in the International Women's Congress of the West Central African Division, WAD, of SDA Church. Mrs. Hita Don Small has been the director for SDA Women's Ministries since 2005. She holds an MA in leadership with emphasis on pastoral care for women.
We take another break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Now on the foreign front, a recently concluded evangelism held jointly by the Adventist TV network, Hope Channel Kenya, and New Life 7-Day Adventist Church ended on July 13, 2019, with 43 baptisms. The Hope Channel Kenya team, with a crew from the 2 Union regional offices in Kenya, was joined by the East Central Africa Division media team. Together, the team ran 3-hour daily live streaming transmissions that saw thousands of people call the temporary call center, leaders reported. The call center was a beehive of activities as volunteers answered questions from callers, gave directions of those who wanted to physically visit the church, and connected others with the volunteer counselors who were housed in a small room within the church's offices. Leaders said such live-streamed evangelism events are now an annual occurrence for Hope Channel Kenya, with the first one held in 2015.
Now, although benefits of coffee drinking have been touted by media and scientists alike, Third Global Conference on Health and Lifestyle plenary speaker Ross Grant has said that caffeine doesn't give anything. It tricks the body into thinking you are better, but it's actually taken away. Caffeine is not a nutrient, he said, it's a drug. Grant, a biochemical pharmacologist at Sydney Adventist Hospital Research Seminars, Faculty of Medicines in Australia, said although caffeine intake can seem to elevate mood and increase alertness and energy, it only makes you feel more energetic. In reality, it doesn't give you any additional energy at all. Caffeine can produce anxiety, and jitteriness is linked to increased anxiety and depression, especially in children, and can exaggerate the body's response to stress by increasing heart rate and blood pressure, he said.
Moving on to Angola, a full acquittal by the Supreme Court on May 15, 2019 has ended a 2-year legal ordeal for 4 Seventh-day Adventist church pastors and 1 lay person falsely accused in an abduction conspiracy. The false accusations of kidnapping against the men stemmed from an incident that took place in 2015 involving an elaborately staged abduction of a former Adventist conference president and a demand for money from the church. Those responsible for the fake kidnapping sought to cast blame elsewhere, which eventually resulted in charges being brought against the 6 Adventist men. The 5 men, Pasmo Hachalinga of Zambia, Benz Simbanda of Zimbabwe, and Tegzera Matthews Vint of Angola, all administrators for the church in the Northeastern Angola Union, were accused of involvement in the plot. 1 other pastor, Adao Antonio Dalla Hebo, and 2 Adventist lay people, Gasha Jose Dalla and João Alfredo Dalla, were also accused.
That's all in this edition, but before we go, a second look at our headlines. Adventist sandwich students in UCC donate to Ankaful prisons.
Make education in Ghana value-based, Council Chair for VVU admonishes.
118 students make progress at Hansen Road.
Valley View lecturer calls for an all-inclusive child education. And Women Ministries Director from General Conference arrives in Ghana to partake in the World Women Ministries Congress in Kumasi.
On the foreign front, dozens baptized after joint TV and local church effort in Kenya.
Justice prevails in Angola for 5 Adventist men. Remember, you can send us your stories of events, activities happening within your church, district, and conference to our WhatsApp 0559680066 or email hopetvghana@gmail.com. My name is Yvette Akyea, and I was here with
Frempah.
On behalf of the crew and the rest of the team, we say thank you. Keep watching Hope Channel and stay blessed.